Hey guys, this is Dallas Urbano, and today I'm going to go over anchor punching, so stay tuned. Okay, so you may be thinking, what is anchor punching? Well, what I call anchor punching is being able to strike somebody and make them stick to the ground. Okay, it's like an anchor, lowering down an anchor and having it hold the ship down in the water, you know. So it's the same kind of concept where you're hitting somebody and they stick and they can't move very much. Okay, a lot of times, you know, you have people talking about, oh, you know, I can strike faster than you can, and I can do this, I can do that, blah 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 blah. You know, well, that's fine, that's good and dandy. But I guarantee you, I hit you with an anchor punch. You know, you're gonna stick to the ground. It's like a hammer hitting a nail. It just sticks to the ground. Okay, and you will stick to the ground, and it'll be more than enough time for me to hit you with another punch. I don't have to be fast, you know, but I can just be powerful, and I can be able to take somebody out really easily. Okay, and the better you understand that principle, the more of a dangerous fighter you're going to be when you use the anchor punching technique. All right, so to do an anchor punch, okay guys, is you can use any of the strikes you use, you know, when you're fighting. You know, the thing is, you learn to roll or circularly move your arm via your shoulder as you strike. Pretty much you're striking downward when you punch. I usually tell guys there's two ways, general ways you can strike somebody. It's linearly, you know, straight on, right? And circularly, okay? And when you're doing circularly, it's like taking a hammer and clawing them with this hammer, just smacking them down, okay? And so when you're fighting somebody, you hit them on the arms, you hit them on the face. Every punch, it pushes them down, it knocks them down. The energy goes in, it roots them into the ground. And that gives you at least half a second before they can snap out of it to be able to do something. I've hit guys with an anchor punch and they've just, you know, not been able to move for about 20 to 30 seconds because of the impact. It just kind of like freeze, you know, which is more than enough time to be able to do whatever you want to the individual, okay? But that, you won't get that if you don't anchor punch them, if you don't strike downward in a circular manner when you're striking them, okay? Obviously it works better for someone that's taller than someone that's shorter. That's why if you're shorter, then use the linear strikes to go through the individual and knock them and bend them over. And once they bend down from hitting them in the you know, the stomach area or the hip area, bending them over, then you can anchor punch them and then stick them to the ground, okay? So either way you want to do it, it works really well, and you don't have to be real fast, you know? You can be very powerful without having to be fast to be able to take out the guy, okay? So for all these speed freaks that like to go really fast, it ain't gonna do you any good if the guy doesn't go out, you know? All you're gonna do is piss him off, you know? So I'd rather not piss him off, I'd rather knock him out than piss him off. So in order for you to knock him out, you wanna be able to hit him with power and make him freeze enough so be able to hit him with another punch to take him out, okay? So in a street fight, you want to anchor them into the ground so that you can keep on doing what you need to do. Throw them out of the way, push them, knock them down, trip them, or knock them out, you know, and hurt them, you know? And then we can get away. So try this anchor punch system. Again, rolling your shoulder and striking downward, okay? And as you hit them in the, you can hit them in the arms, you can hit them in the chest, you can hit them in the jaw, downward into the nose. But all those downward strikes is, think of yourself as clawing and knocking the hammer and putting that nail and pounding it into the ground. When you do that, again, they're going to stick and freeze for a moment, and that's enough time to be able to hit them again and with another solid shot. All right, let me just review and go over the anchor punching technique. Again, rolling the shoulder, striking downward. Okay, you're striking downward. All right, you're hitting them, and every punch is made or geared toward pushing them into the ground and driving them down like a nail getting hit on top of the head. Okay, so as you do that, it slows down the reaction and their striking ability and their movement when they're trying to fight with you. And when you do that, it starts to shut them down because, again, they start to go into a standing fetal position from all the pain and all the striking force you put on them and the trauma, and they start to wilt like a flower, and they start to go into a fetal position, and they start to lower themselves down, and then you're able to just pound them back into the ground, you know, take them out. It's a very effective technique, and it works really well, okay? Guys don't even realize what you just done, and it's very scary to see some guy getting wilted like that with every strike that you throw, okay? So try it, work it. I mean, if you want, you can work it with gloves to begin, and then after a while, you just take them off and start, lightly, not lightly, but, with 40, 50% of your power striking your partner. You're going to see how they react to it by sticking and lowering themselves down when you get hit, okay? So it's really psychologically very, very effective, and it really messes up guys, okay? So try that and see what you think, and practice it, and make yourself a better and more dangerous fighter. All right, this is the end of the video. And again, anchor punching, the basics is the winding or the rolling of the shoulder, the striking downward to lock that person and ground them with every strike, okay? Practice that, work it, get good at that striking ability, and you're going to see for yourself how dangerous that technique is against that opponent that you're fighting, all right? So until next time, this is Daniel Brown telling you, don't just hit them, punch a hole through them. Take care, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.